It's a beautiful day out there. Time to explore.
Hey everybody, Melody and I were recently boondocking in the Chiricahua Wilderness. Had a great sight. I'll drop a card in for the video I made about our boondocking site. And nature really put on an exhibit. Turkey walked through our site, deer, we had salamanders or lizards, rabbits, and birds. And this video is going to be about birds. So every morning, every evening, we'd have a campfire. And in the evening, towards dusk, I'd hear this bird. Now, I grew up on the East Coast, and at dusk, if you're in a wooded area, you often heard a whippoorwill. Very distinctive call as it goes, whippoorwill, whippoorwill. And I knew they were an East Coast bird. So when we're down the Chiricahuas at dusk, I'd start hearing this bird that sounded very, very similar. But I knew whippoorwills were East Coast, poorwills, West Coast. That they were poor will, instead of the whippoorwill. Please stop laughing at my bird impersonations. And then every morning at the campfire, while Melody would be drinking her coffee, me hot chocolate after breakfast, we'd have a chorus of birds singing at us. So one of the days we go in to Chiricahua National Monument, and I start talking to one of the rangers. And I start talking about, wow, we've seen 2 different types of deer. We saw coatimundi. We see turkeys. I can identify these things. I may not be able to identify exactly what kind of lizard we had without looking it up, but I know it was a lizard. And I was saying to him that it'd be great if I had the time, the inclination to really know birds. Like, what's singing at me? I see a bird. What bird is that? I just don't have the time to do it. And the ranger seems to be about 25 years old. And remember, I'm 66 years old. So for him, the answer was obvious. For me, it was outstanding. He looks at me and says, there's an app for that. There's an app for that? What's the name of the app? The name of the app is Merlin. Downloaded on the phone because we had cell service at the monument. Boy, do I love Merlin. Now, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid, any of that kind of stuff. This was a fortunate find for me that I loaded Merlin onto my phone. Then we go back that evening, turn it on. There's a microphone button. And maybe I'll try to get some screenshots of my phone to show this. And before I forget, this is not going to be a video on how to use Merlin. In the description below, I will post a link to a video on how to use Merlin. I'm not good at making videos in general, and I'm really not good at making videos where it involves screenshots and something like that. Leave that to somebody who knows what they're doing. Check out their video on how to use it. So that evening, sitting by the campfire, I hear this bird. I turn it on. It's a Mexican whippoorwill. And I'm sitting there and recording it. Oh, I think this is great. Get up the following morning. Chorus of birds. Turn on Merlin. I have like 10 different birds singing at me, led by the Mexican jays, which were all over the place. Oh boy, did I get obsessed. Every day I'm out there recording. Then I get back here to Tucson and I start recording the birds. Now, let me just give you some highlights on Merlin. Very easy to use. Has different ways to identify a bird. take a picture of the bird. Depending on the quality of the picture, it will identify that bird. And when you download an app, the app, it also tells you to download a package. And the package for me was Arizona and New Mexico, where it brings in a ton of data into your phone. Excuse me. So you can take a picture, identify the bird. You can search on bird descriptions, but for me, it was search by sound. It's incredible that the birds do not have to be that loud for it to pick it up. And then it gives you a list of the birds. And every time a bird sings in the list, the picture of that bird in the title lights up yellow, so you know it's that bird singing at you. And sometimes there's multiple ones lighting up. But it identifies all these birds for you. Now, it works without cell service for identification because you downloaded that package. But then if you get an account, and this is through Cornell University's ornithology, I can't pronounce the word about bird studies, their lab there. No fees, no charge, no ads, sign up for an account. I have gotten no emails in the last week from them. Basically, they want you to have an account because what you can then do is once you've listened to the bird, I don't know if you hear the mockingbird singing in the background here, but you can add the bird to your lifetime list. So what I think Cornell's is doing is we're doing research on what birds are being sighted where in the nation, because it does your GPS while you're out there recording them. So I think it's an advantage to get an account with them. As I said, they don't bug you, they don't ask for any money, there's no upgrade or anything like that. I think they're just thankful you're helping them do research on bird migrations and things like that. Because, and it will give you little things like when you identify a bird, it might give you an orange dot or a red dot saying, this bird's not generally in your area, or this bird is not in your area generally this time of year. So gathering data like that, I think, is helping Cornell. So that's why they're giving this out. And then you have your lifetime list. And Melody was just telling me, oh, it'd be nice to put in our travel log. And I'll give you a link to our website for it's our travels. No, we're not selling anything. Or an affiliate marketing or anything like that. It's just our list of what we've done. That we can say, well, this night we're sitting by the campfire and we heard this and this bird, and this morning we heard this. So you can keep track of, if you're traveling like us, all the different birds in the lifetime location. And then you have this lifetime list. I think I'm up to like 32 birds now on my lifetime list. It's just a great app. And if you're into it, you want to identify birds, and you're like me, you don't have time to do the studying, download it. Just go to Google Store, Play Store, whatever it's called. Search under Merlin. It's the first thing that popped up. Well, that's the video. Short, sweet. Use Merlin. And if you found this information informative, or you get Merlin and are happy with it and you want to repay me, that's simple. Subscribe, thumbs up, notification bell, leave a comment. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you have a blessed day.